Hi there, Spontaneous Nation listeners. My name's Mac Weldon. What do? I make socks and underwear to put on a human body, specifically yours. That's right. I'm making socks and underwear for you. Remember in Christmas days of yore when you'd get socks and underwear in your stocking and you'd think, I hate you, parents. I wanted a gaming system, the popular gaming system of the day. But you've given me this useful item that I do not care for. Well, you're not a goddamn child anymore, so shut up and stop your crying. Nowadays, if you get some Mac Weldon underwear, you're going to be grateful because it's good stuff. It's real comfortable in your bathing suit area. Certainly more comfortable than a bathing suit. I mean, you could put socks on your bathing suit area too if you're one of the red hot chili peppers. Listen, I believe in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. I got it emblazoned in Latin on my saddle. Here's what you do. You go to Mac Weldon. You check it out. You'll see all of my products are naturally antimicrobial. That means they eliminate odor. Listen, there ain't nothing on earth I hate more than a microbe. I am anti them. And does that make me a hateful person? I don't think so. I like everything else. Not just all races and creeds of people, but I like rocks, trees. I like amoebas. I don't like microbes. I'm against them. They give us odors. Enough's enough. But look, it's not all about the science. I want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair of my underwears, keep it. I'll still refund you. Here's the thing. I'm taking you at your word. If this is some kind of short con you're pulling where you've created a bunch of different identities to scam free underwear off me, well, hey, guess what? You're doing more work than I am at that point, and you got to live with yourself and be judged at the end of all days. If you don't like this underwear, you keep it. I'll refund you. No questions asked. What am I going to do? I'm going to say, oh, what was the problem? Exactly. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear about your underwear business. I just want to sell you underwear. Okay. If you're some kind of creep who gets off on telling me stuff, you might as well be a microbe for how much I don't like that. Now look, not only do my Mac Weldon's underwear, socks, and shirts look good, they perform well too. Let's say you're working out. You got to wear something, right? This is going to feel good. It's not going to get in your way. You ever see these guys? I love this. You'll see like a guy at the gym wearing straight up like supermarket boxer shorts under his gym clothes. What are you doing, man? It's going to get all twisted around and shit. You're out of your mind. Well, you gonna wear wingtips as well? Come on, man. Get it together. Underwear science has come such a long way. What are you doing in the dark ages? All right. But it's not just for working out. It's like you can walk around just in your life, go out on a date. You know what I mean? Look, this is modern times. Things get going good. At some point, you might get your pants off, son. And, you don't want some lady or gentleman looking at you and judging you by your underwear and saying, you ain't guess what? My pants are staying on. That's what they'll say to you. Microbes. Listen, go to MacWeldon.com, get 20% off using the promo code PFT. Now folks, that's a deal. What am I supposed to do? You want me to fly out to your house, give you a bath and put the underwear on you? I'm not going to do that. I'm not your dad. I'm just a guy who's making quality underwear and socks. I want you to have them. All right? MacWeldon.com. Get 20% off using the promo code PFT. And I tell you what, you're not going to be sending me that underwear back because you're going to like it. You're going to like it. And Mac Weldon, he's not a liar. MacWeldon.com, promo code PFT. Good underwear to you.
I hope that website is down right now.
Silence!
Nobody saw that.
Welcome. Welcome all of ye to SPONTANEANATION, where anything can happen. People's very lives are at stake. As all of our lives are, all of the time. Do you know what it said? That whenever you leave the house, you will be killed within a mile of your home. Now, I haven't checked those stats in a while. I feel it's time for an update. But what do I know? How many times has there been an attempt on my life? Are you Jeff Garlanding me on my own show? How dare you? How dare you? That'll be fun for the listeners later on. 6 months from now when this episode is released. Hello, people of the live stream, if that is working. A podcast festival? Why, the very idea. Will there be clowns and bakers? Will I be able to stick my head in a hole and then there will be a funny drawing underneath me that looks like my body, but isn't? These were the things that amused primitive people. But they survive to this day. So we can judge primitive people. Every time you stick your head in a picture hole, you're saying, you people are gone. Now we're in charge. The modern people of now. They can't hear you. Well, they won't hear you because they're stubborn, primitive people. All up in heaven. Looking down on us for not appreciating. Well, looking down on us in two ways. Looking down on us from the kingdom of heaven, of course. Like literally physically looking down on us. But then also in the figurative sense, looking down their primitive noses at us. And by the way, noses, they've really come a long way. They think these future people, to us, we're from the past. They have to explain it to each other every time. They're primitive. They don't appreciate old-fashioned pronunciations. They don't appreciate the glory of head hole pictures. Now, these people are not so primitive because clearly cameras were invented, right? Because I think that the head hole picture really only makes sense if you're going to take a photograph of the result. I don't think it was fun just to stick your face through a hole and say, what do I look like? And say, you look like a mermaid. Oh, I wish I could see it. Then that man would go home and beat his family within an inch of their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SPONTANEANATION with Paul F. Tompkins. I'm the second part. This is a show where I have a fun chat with a special guest. We talk about all sorts of things. This, that, the other. Our talk goes here and there, hither, yon. Over the woods, through the river. Grandma's house sunk. It's in the water. Oh, Grandma. I'm a quarter Atlantean on my grandma's side. Then, I invite some of my pals from the world of make pretend to come out here and we improvise a story, one narrative story told over 2 segments. And it is all scored on piano by Mr. Eban Schletter. He sits in the dark and has no voice. It was ever thus for piano people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my very special guest. This gentleman is the... This gentleman is the star of Comedy Central's Review. He played... That's right. It's good, and clap for it. Please say hello to Mr. Andrew Andy Daly.
Thank you. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. What a crowd. What a crowd. Over there. Fantastic.
Andy, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for scrambling for cover when my chair fell off the stage.
I was really worried about myself.
You really were.
Yeah.
You completely left the stage.
Yes, entirely.
I think you went and got another drink.
No, I really only just a little tiny bit of my Diet Coke splashed on my hand. Other than that, I kept the Diet Coke in the glass, and I was unscathed.
Well, you'll certainly be reimbursed for your aspartame hand. Please send me the receipt from the Mayo Clinic. Andy, I have a question for you.
Oh, good. Just one?
Just one. This comes from, well, it's a two-parter.
No.
This comes from our previous episode's guest.
Yes.
Are you curious as to who that is?
No.
Oh.
No, yes, I would like to know. Who is
You
it?
would like to know?
Yes, please.
I'm sure some of our listeners would like to know as well.
Well, right. It's mainly for them that I'm asking.
That's right. Well, I would direct you and them to howl.fm. Hours of listening pleasure await you.
What happened?
Andy. Andy, our previous guest would like to know.
Yes.
What's the worst fear you ever overcame, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, God, that's a hard one. That's a hard question, right? Go ahead and try and answer it in your own head before you judge me.
Now, is it hard for you because, like Daredevil, you were born without fear?
No, I can't think of a fear I have
Heights.
overcome. Was never afraid of heights.
Claustrophobia.
No.
Hydrophobia, the fear of rabies.
No. What's something I've been
Arachnophobia.
I'm okay with spiders.
Do you like spiders?
Actually,
you know,
I'm pretty tough around spiders until one is on me. And then things are very different.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
It's terrifying.
To have one on you.
Have you ever had to act a scene where a bug was on you?
Oh, no. I'll tell you, though, I was in a pilot presentation once where it was the joke. Okay, so there is a clip online. You can YouTube this. It's a YouTube. And it's... there's a local newsman who's kind of talking about, he's doing an animal segment.
Yes.
And a lizard jumps onto his jacket. And up until that happens, he's very much like, and you can find these all around North America. And then when the lizard hits his jacket, he goes, and has just a bizarre panicked response and stumbles off the stage, and he's just paralyzed. And so the joke in this was that I was a nature expert who did that when a lizard, and it was just trying to replicate that panic as much as possible, and it was real, like because the actual animal expert who's off camera threw the lizard on me. And yeah, what an asshole, right?
They probably didn't get that Humane Society thing at the end of the credits.
One animal was kind of harmed.
One animal was startled.
But my reaction was real. I just shrieked. Yeah, I shrieked.
Even though you knew it was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen.
You saw the guy like, I hope he threw it underhand.
Yes, it was like a little sort of cradle with two hands. I knew it was, I was in denial that it was going to happen. I kind of thought, this lizard is...
Someone will step in.
Like, this lizard is not really going to hit me. And he's not, like, going to cling to my jacket, but it all happened.
How big of a lizard are we talking about?
Not that big. Just a little guy like that.
Oh, that's big enough.
Lizard
Big enough.
size.
That's half a loaf of bread.
That's the kind of lizard it was. It was a half a loaf of bread lizard.
Have you ever seen that video, the YouTube video of the weatherman who sees a cockroach in the studio?
I have not.
Have people seen this one? It is tremendous.
Wow.
This guy is doing the weather, and then he sees the cockroach, and his voice goes up like 4 octaves. He's like, "Oh my God!" He can't get past it. And it's not like the cockroach is on him. It's meandering towards him, but he really loses his mind.
I think I may have come up with a fear that I overcame. Sort of, maybe.
Intriguing.
I believe I was afraid to learn how to tell time.
Hey. No. This is an admission that this man is making. We're not going to laugh at his childhood self. Childhood, right?
No, not really.
Matt, he did not know you were going to throw a watch at his chest.
He threw a watch at me, that motherfucker. I don't know what time it said on that watch. I didn't do it. I remember being taught with everybody else like what a clock does, the clock face and all that.
What a clock does.
But just being like, I can't grasp that. I can't get that. What do you mean?
I had the same problem.
Really?
I did not know. I couldn't get it.
Yes.
I just couldn't get it. People would explain it to me with varying degrees of patience.
Uh-huh.
And I just could not get it. And then when I was in 7th grade, and I remember like there were moments in class where I was asked once to tell the teacher what time it was.
Yeah.
And I was like stalling, like trying. That's when being a class clown really comes in handy.
Sure.
So I made all kinds of jokes, and then the fucking bell rang, and I was literally saved by it. But when I was in 7th grade for Christmas, my mother gave me a watch, and then it all fell into place.
Well, that was a lot earlier than it fell into place for me. I had this bizarre experience where the frustration of not being able to learn how to tell time at the appropriate time made me literally never look at a clock. I averted my eyes from them. And at the times when I sort of did see them, I didn't do any of the calculation in my head until literally like junior or senior year in high school. I remember being bored in a classroom. And by the way, every day I'm in a room with a clock on the wall, right?
That you were studiously avoiding.
Yes. But I just said at one point, I was just like, what is this about? Why don't I look at the fucking clock? And I looked at it and I knew what time it was.
So it was the same. So it's the same experience.
Yeah.
That it just all of a sudden.
It's just like 10 after 3. What's so scary about that? Although it couldn't have been that because school would have been over. So it was some other time.
Do you remember people trying to teach you and
people
you
couldn't
not...
believe it.
Yeah.
It was just a thing for years. People couldn't believe it. Yeah, I would
Several
say,
people tried to teach you.
Sure. Or it would just come up and I would go, I don't know how to tell time. People are like, what do you mean you don't know how to tell time? It's easy. And they'd pull out their watch and go here. And I go, no. I didn't want to see.
But you would say it like you had resigned yourself to the fact that that's just a thing I don't...
I'm just going to be one of those guys that never knows how to tell time.
One of those guys! Oh, yeah, he's a real doesn't know how to tell time guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember my sister trying to teach me with a cracker, a round cracker, and 2 toothpicks. And she was like saying, see if the hand moves like this. But she was also the one that told me and my brothers about death way too early.
Also with crackers and toothpicks?
Yeah, same thing. She was like, imagine you're this cracker.
This toothpick is the great beyond.
We had our grandmother, our elderly grandmother died, and then she thought, well, I should probably tell them about death. And she said, well, and like we kind of knew that like death was a thing, right?
Yeah.
But then she thought to really bring it home, she would tell us, Mom and Dad are going to die someday.
Wow. There you go.
And I was like a little kid. And then that began the death countdown clock in my head for my parents from that moment on. Like I never didn't look at them without thinking, well, they're going to be dead any second now.
I would have been more afraid of the countdown clock than of death.
In my mind, it was digital. It was digital.
It was digital. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with digital clocks. Yeah.
But other than that, did you ever have any? You never had any of those like physical fears that people have do you like the ocean? Has that ever been an issue for you?
I'm not a big fan of the ocean. Mm-hmm. No, I suppose I'm afraid of the ocean.
There's a lot to be afraid of.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in terms of like the sea life, or in terms of just like being sucked out and drowning?
Yes, being sucked out to sea. Yeah,
right.
That's probably my main concern. As pertains to the ocean.
Yeah. You are not on trial here. Speaking very formally.
But you should see me when I take my kids to the beach, and they just want to put their feet in the water, and I am on high alert. I'm just like
absolutely.
Yes. Right? Okay, good. That's not irrational.
What?
I don't need to overcome that fear.
It's not. Because your fear is on of something happening to them.
Yeah,
not what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if they put their feet in the water, it's going to make something angry that will come and get me. What do you, in your mind, like, what do you picture happening? Do you picture them just like kind of falling in and then just getting swept out?
Yes, just disappearing. They'll never surface again.
You just see like a hat bobbing on the surface.
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. Terrified. That's why they do not wear hats. I will not put a hat on my child.
I'd rather not know. Do they like the ocean? Do you let them swim?
Yeah, they have this thing, mainly my older daughter, that she will say, can I just put my feet in the ocean? And I know by now that within 10 minutes she will be head to toe soaking wet because it's just gradual. She just loves it. Yeah. The feet get wet and then just a little bit further, a little bit further.
How does your wife feel about it? Does she have
she's
the same
here.
fear?
Let's ask her. No, she is no. She's here. Let's ask her. No, she's nowhere near as afraid as I am. It seems. Yeah.
So she keeps a watchful eye on them.
Right. Whereas I'm sitting there like, I can't believe we're at the beach again. We put ourselves in this position again.
Has flying ever been an issue for you?
No, I am incredibly unfearful of flying, and because I feel like if something goes wrong, it will not be my fault. And which
is the main fear that people have of flying. I will be blamed.
But not just that, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do.
Right.
Like if it comes down to a moment of like I got to think fast and I'm going to have like 2 minutes to survive, you know, like that's something to be afraid of. But it ain't going to go down like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I do know what you mean. And I certainly would love to get to that point where I was like, you know what? I mean, this is just a thing that happens as the plane just crashes into a field.
I would be upset. I wouldn't be happy that it was happening, but I don't fear it happening because, like, you know, what are you going to do? Right? I got one person to applaud for that.
Interesting.
Resignation.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do know what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really afraid of flying. I feel like any fear of flying I had was actually taken away by 9/11 because flying has become such a hassle that by the time I get on the plane, I don't even care what happens. I'm so happy that all of that is over that I'm like, this is cake from now on. Like, I just have to sit here for 6 hours, and then I'm in another place.
Right.
Like, it never occurs to me that something... Like, what about turbulence? Does that ever freak you out?
No, turbulence doesn't. However, I do have this very logical thought, frequently when I fly, that the level of just human workplace competence that it requires to keep a fleet of airplanes in flying functionality is a higher level of competence than we generally see. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So it makes me think, like, I don't know how this is happening. I don't know how we, as a species, are pulling this off.
That it seems like people are really taking it seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
That job and that job alone, people are really taking seriously.
What about printing money at the Mint? That money looks pretty good.
That's true. People don't cut corners on printing money. There are a handful of professions that people do seem to be taking
looks
seriously.
The same every single time. That's a nickel, all right.
That's right. He didn't come out upside down.
So much so, when they do change it up, you're like, oh, new nickel.
That's true.
The face is bigger now.
It
My
is weird.
wife, turbulence kind of freaks me out if I am alone. Like I'll get that sort of anxiety about it. But when I travel with my wife, because she gets nervous, I get calmed down because now I'm concerned just for her. Like I'm not concerned for myself anymore. And then it's like, it's almost fun, but I can't show her that it's fun because that's spitting in the face of her fear. Like if I go, whoa!
Real roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fun though when the whole plane reacts that way. That's happened to me a few times.
People are just enjoying it.
Yeah. Where there's enough strong-willed people on the plane that I think make it okay for the other ones.
Right.
Have you ever been in a plane that has had any serious difficulties?
No, I don't think I have. No, I never have. And no matter what's going on turbulence-wise, the flight attendants are always so calm and cool and casual.
Always look at the flight attendants.
Yes, that's
it's like
what I do.
Mr. Rogers used to say.
I read their faces.
That's right.
Yeah.
But when they have to sit down, that's a little freaky.
Well, yeah, when they've been told they have to buckle up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. That is a little weird. But they do it calmly. You never see a flight attendant
They're
go...
not scrambling to get the seatbelt up. You never see a flight attendant going, fuck. Andy Daly, thank you so much for being here. We are going to take a short break, during which I will ask Andy to provide a location for our improv, and then when we come back, you will meet our improvisers. All of this and nothing else when Spontaneanation returns.
Hey, it's Paul. Listen, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to give me an honest answer out loud to this recording, which I will not hear. Here goes. Do you love books, but find that you never have time to read them? I'm going to give you a little space to respond. Yeah, I know that you said yes. Well, you're lucky. You're lucky that I'm here to tell you that Audible is here. Audible.com, who also sponsored the LA Podfest and this live recording from the LA Podfest. They have the perfect solution to your problem that you wouldn't admit that you had until I pressed you on it. Get audiobooks and listen to those books you've been meaning to read while on the go. On the go means when you're not like lying in bed reading a book. And that's the only place to read, by the way. Who reads in a chair? Ugh, that's for Norman Rockwell paintings. You can listen to an audiobook at the gym, during your commute, on a plane, on a train. What other modes of transportation? Blimp? Bicycle, I don't recommend it. I think you actually got to keep your ears attuned and open to the sounds of traffic because it's very dangerous. That's for another time. That's for another time. You get audiobooks, you listen to them on the go, and you'll never run out because Audible, it's not Audible. I wanted to say audible.com and audiobook at the same time, and you can't. You got to say one thing first. Audible.com provides over 180,000 audio programs from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, and business information providers. That covers every occupation. Audible's app is free and it works on iPhones, iPad, Android, Windows Phone. Does it work on a landline? No. Not yet. You can also download and listen on your Kindle Fire and over 500 MP3 players. And unlike streaming or rental service, oh my God, guys, if I have to get into streaming and rental services one more time, you know how I feel about it. With Audible, you own your books. You can access your books anytime and anywhere, right from your smartphone or all those other devices that I mentioned. Audible.com also has the Great Listen Guarantee. If you decide you don't like the book you chose, hey man, that's cool. This is the way it works. You're not going to like every book you read, right? If that was the case, people would be like, oh, the dictionary, my favorite book. That's logical progression. You can exchange any book you aren't happy with for another title anytime, no questions asked. They're not going to ask you a question like, oh, are you too dumb to understand this book? That would be my fear. They're not going to ask you that. May I suggest a book? How about The Red Badge of Courage by Stephen Crane? A book that I never read in high school, and then we did it for Super Ego Forgotten Classics on Howl.fm. And then it turns out it's a pretty good book. And it was read by Anthony Heald, Heald. He played Dr. Frederick Chilton in the movie The Silence of the Lambs. There you go. And just for listeners, Audible.com is offering, just for listeners of Spontaneation, I should say, not just for anyone who can hear. Audible.com is offering a free 30-day trial membership. Go to www.audible.com/spont today to start your free trial immediately. Again, show your support for Spontaneanation with Paul F. Tompkins and get a free 30-day trial at audible.com/spont. Guys, a whole listening world of literature awaits you. I'm jealous.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back to us all. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet our improvisers. Seated to my right. This gentleman is my colleague in the Super Ego podcast. And he is a Spontaneanation All-Star. Say hello to your Matt Gourley.
I'm all yours. Take me home tonight.
I don't want to let you go till you see the light. Matt, how have you been since last I've seen you, which was a couple days ago?
I've been good. Been working with the wood, and I've sawn my fingerprints down to the point my iPhone won't recognize me. I think I might have mentioned that.
That's not good, right?
Yeah.
But are you going to commit a bunch of crimes?
Crime time.
After prime time, please.
Crime time after prime time means rhyme time.
That's right, never second. Prime time before crime time, sailor take warning.
Did I talk about this on the last Spontaneanation? Now I'm concerned about that.
When did we do that?
A week ago.
Maybe you did.
Well,
Listeners, write in and tell us at Spontaneanation on Twitter.com, the social networking platform.
how are you since the last time we met?
Please. Crit, ladies and gentlemen. Seated next to that guy who thinks he can ask me a bunch of questions. But I will only be questioned at Judgment Day by my Lord Jesus Christ. And guess what? He already knows all the answers. He's a good lawyer in that way. Seated next to Matt, this gentleman, one of my colleagues in the late lamented Thrilling Adventure Hour. Pour one out for that podcast and live stage show. You've seen him on Drunk History. You've seen him on Kaboo-to-Doo. You've seen him on Kaboo-to-Doo. Sook Susan and the Boo-Boo. Hashtag. Say hello to Craig Cackowski.
I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack your bags? We'll leave tonight.
Craig, also a Spontaneanation All-Star. Craig, how have you been since I saw you last night?
Pretty good. It's been a good day. I lounged around the house.
Get more hands in front of the microphone and your face.
I'm hoping this can just be between me and you.
Oh, no, I understand. You put up the hand shield.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I'm so sorry also that my instinctive response as you were plummeting off the stage was to laugh my full head off.
It was, look, I was laughing while it happened. It was like I was outside my body. Like,
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
I think that's my fear, is that a close friend or relative will plummet to their death as I laugh. Just from being startled.
I was telling Eban Schletter this earlier tonight. I went to a dinner theater production of Twelfth Night, which was updated to be set in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. I love it when they do that.
It's the best. And they had like a sort of band as part of the production. And this woman who was singing, at one point, she fell off the stage Kelsey Grammer style. And boy, it was hard not to laugh. We were sitting right in the middle of the audience. And especially when everyone gasps around you, it was like, oh! But it remains one of the most wonderful things I've ever seen in my life. Craig, here's wishing you and yours firm footing and keep reaching for the stars.
Thanks, Paul.
Seated over there. I'm pointing at her. She's very invested in the microphone base. Another Spontaneanation All-Star. She is the host of her own podcast, The JV Club, with Janet Varney. Please welcome the titular Janet Varney. What is the problem?
No. This all just feels very uncertain ever since what happened.
The weirdest thing was I knew it was going to happen. Like, as I was sitting down thinking, I think this chair is too close to the
Yeah.
Janet, how have you been since I saw you a few hours ago?
Yes. I've been well. To be honest with you, all I can think right now is, what's our song to sing? Because you guys...
You can't think of a third Any Money song?
No.
What? Janet, are you sure you would admit that on a microphone?
No.
What is a third Any Money song?
Baby, hold on.
Baby, hold on to me.
It's like, baby, hold on.
No.
Baby, hold on. Baby, you hold on.
Baby, who hold on?
Oh, I'm
Did you
sorry.
just sing?
I'm sorry. I did a little bit on a biggity bubble that you just did come out.
I do like the sound
I
of...
beg your pardon.
I do like the sound of baby who hold on. You see those signs in people's rear windshields. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you have met our improvisers, it is time for them to improvise. We're about to reveal the location from Mr. Andy Daly, but first, when we do the show, as we tell our story, we use sound effects to move us about in time. If a scene is happening concurrent to another scene, let's say there's some people in a room. We're going to go outside that room to some other people. They're just right next door, separated by a thin wall. Who are the people in the rooms? Love and hate. Oh, I made you think. So concurrent scenes, we'll use this cut to sound effect. Whoosh. We're in another place at the same time. If we wish to flash back, let's say we want to travel backwards in time, someone's having a memory. We're finding out how something came to be. We use this classic flashback sound effect. See how it's going? It's going backwards, like the harp is going backwards. It's like we're going backwards in time. Let's say we want to return from that flashback to the present, or we want to go into the mysterious future. We'll hear this flash forward sound effect. Get it? Mysterious future? Are you filming this? Don't. You're right in the front fucking row and I can see you. And it's distracting. Don't be distracting.
Oh, no.
That was a real rerun of the Doobie Brothers moment.
Why didn't you guys all stand up and point?
That was very few people and all in the back.
All right, flash forward. So, now that you know what those sound effects are, right to your congressman. Here we go. Our location for Mr. Andy Daly is... That's an A, right?
If you want it to be.
Oh! What if I don't want it to be?
Well, then it won't make any sense.
Shall we see what happens?
All right.
All right. A Saltwater Tuffy Shoppe. We take you now to a Saltwater Tuffy Shoppe.
Yeah. Step right up. You want something vanilla? You want something pumpkin flip? What the fuck?
Pumpkin foot?
No.
We do not want pumpkin foot.
I was gonna say pumpkin flavored, but I could do pumpkin foot.
You want a pumpkin flavored pumpkin foot? We got that here.
Yeah. Also, we got boogity boogity hoogity boogity boogity.
Look, all I want is some saltwater taffy for my children.
Saltwater taffy?
Yeah, isn't that
This
what
ain't
this
a
is?
saltwater taffy shop.
Well, what is it?
It's a saltwater tuffy shop.
Yeah. You want saltwater taffy? Why don't you go to a saltwater wimpy shop? Right, Stan?
Right, Van.
We're Stan and Van, and we live in a van.
Well, hello. My name is. Well, it's kind of embarrassing. It's Cran.
Cran.
Oh, it's a terrible name.
Well, I was named after the band The Cranberries.
Oh, well, you seem slightly older than
Yeah. Well,
than mid-90s heyday.
I get that a lot, and I take it as a compliment.
it took a while for them to hit.
Yeah.
Now look.
I hate the fucking Cranberries.
Hey.
Except for Linga.
We got cranberry flavored Tuffy though.
What is a Tuffy, though? I don't understand what it is.
It's like saltwater taffy but rock.
It's just a flavored rock?
You better believe it.
Hey, boys, what are you doing out here?
Ma!
Are you scaring the customers?
Ma!
Are you scaring the customers? Stan, Van, what did I tell you about scaring the customers? Now give them a free sample of pumpkin foot.
Madam, perhaps you can help me.
Oh, well, please. Madam is my someone far related. That's way too fancy for me.
Tell me about this far-related person.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello?
Yes, are you the madam of the house?
Hello? Yes?
Yes. Would you mind completing a short survey?
I love nothing more.
Okay, in terms of foot flavors, please rate the following. Pumpkin.
5.
Okay.
What's the system for rating?
It's a 1 to 3 rating. Do you stand by your original answer?
I do.
All right. Custard foot.
2.
All right. And rock foot.
Rockfoot.
Yes,
Is this a joke?
it is. Will you marry me? I'm waiting for your answer.
I'm not going to give it.
My mom never married anyone.
What about her?
We were
It's
born
a
out of
tradition
wedlock.
in my family not to marry. It's
That's
a
right. We
tradition.
were born out of wedlock and on the shore of Jersey. We were born on the beach.
We're bastards in all senses of the word.
Yeah.
We were born in the waves. We were wave birthed.
To be honest with you, part of me was hoping the waves would just suck them out to sea.
What?
And all I would see was
Ma!
their floating.
Ma!
I didn't know better. You know, now I love you twos.
All right, Cran, here's your pumpkin foot. On the house.
I didn't want it before, and I still don't want it. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, before I bite into this, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just a rock flavored like pumpkin. Is that correct?
What about this do you not understand?
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Dr. Niedermeyer from the Council of Jersey Shore Dentists.
Oh. Doctor, don't mind if I do. Welcome in.
No need for the introduction, Dr. Niedermeyer. Your reputation precedes you.
You got one of them things out in front of your office where you can put your head through and you look like a big toot.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a lot of fun with that. But they
I'm
have no
sorry.
idea what they themselves look like unless someone takes a photo.
Doctor, you'll forgive me. I'm not familiar with you. I'm not from here. I'm just taking my children to the seaside so they can look at the ocean and get back in the car.
Yes. Do not let them in the water.
I never will.
The sea has claimed many children.
Stop rubbing it in. I love you. We can talk like this because we're family. Come on.
They say one day, though, the sea's gonna give all them children back.
What?
It's true.
That is the local lore.
It's true.
And they're gonna come out looking the same way as they went in.
That's right. When the fetal-shaped comet comes around, once every 212 years, the babies come walking out the ocean.
Well, when's the last time this fetal-shaped comet was seen in the sky?
211 years, 11 months,
Right?
30 days, and 23 hours.
Okay. And what month is this again?
Oh, shit.
Listen, you seem perplexed. I should probably say
I'm not from around
the
here.
Saltwater Tuffies are also mystics. I guess that maybe isn't clear until we start prophesizing and stuff.
Wait a second. So, saltwater toughies are the things you sell, but also what the employees are.
Stan and Van Tuffy.
We are saltwater
I'm more a
toughies.
Tuffy.
Yeah, from way back.
They are saltwater toughies, which I think is charming, and they sell saltwater toughies, which is the problem I'm here to discuss.
Oh, I suspected you had an ulterior motive.
I knew this day would come.
Yes, I have a lot of people coming into my office with their teeth having been completely destroyed by rocks.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours.
Yeah, that's a really good point, kiddo.
Yes, but it's beyond my capabilities to repair these teeth at this point, and I'm tired.
So, doctor, you're saying people
I'm the only
just
dentist
keep
in town.
chewing on these rocks even though their teeth begin to break,
Yes.
and then maybe a few break, and they just keep on chewing on
Well,
them.
in fairness,
Doctor, I bit into a delicious rock, and all my crowns came out.
Oh, and then you stopped chewing on that rock. I assume
No.
you'll never do that again. What do you mean?
No, it was real good, and it tasted like gingerbread and vanilla.
How can a rock taste like gingerbread and vanilla? I don't understand.
Hey, if I had the secret, I'd open up my own Saltwater Tuffy Shoppe.
plus we tell people there's a little prize hidden inside if you chew all the way through.
Doctor, doctor, I was working away at a piece of feldspar rock, and out come a Buick.
Now, since I haven't seen one yet, how big are these saltwater toughies?
They come in 7 sizes.
Yeah.
7 sizes.
Yeah.
Please tell me all 7.
Okay.
Well, there's family size.
Pebble.
Thimble.
Oh, so we're not going in order.
That's too
We're
easy.
going in a certain order.
There's Mama Russian nesting doll size.
Which word? Yeah.
That's a deluxe package that one of the other 7 are nested inside.
You gotta
of it.
chew
Yeah.
through to get to the next one. Chew through, chew through. Nobody gets to the second one.
There's rock size, which I think is a cheat.
No. Yeah.
And Buick sized.
How many is that? Is that about 7?
I was not keeping track, I'll be honest with you. Oh,
That's
you know
6.
what? I have a feeling it was
Medium.
6.
Medium.
Yeah.
Medium.
Medium.
Okay.
And then medium.
Medium.
So one of these is big enough to contain an American car.
That's right.
All right.
Well, that is a good reason to keep chewing on a rock.
Thank you, doctor.
To get a car.
I noticed there's no wedding ring on your ring finger.
No, that's true. The sea has claimed all of my wives.
How many wives have you had?
7.
7?
That's right.
Let's meet all of them. Oh, Harold.
Yes.
I just want to swim in the ocean just this one time.
I think you should do it.
You do?
Yes.
You do think I should do it?
Absolutely. Why not?
I should go swim in the ocean.
Please enjoy it.
You'd like me
The
to.
ocean is wonderful.
It's our honeymoon, you sure?
Let's do it, of course. Yes, you go.
Oh, you'll
and-
do it with me.
I don't think this time I'll stand here on shore and just watch you swim.
All right, well, I'll wave to you.
All right, wonderful.
Gonna go out real deep.
Marvelous.
Oh, Harold.
Yes.
I think I'd like to swim in the ocean.
Please don't.
I don't know, there's something about it that draws me in.
I'm begging you. This would. I've had this on my honeymoon before. A wife.
But what are the
Wander
chances
into the
that
ocean.
someone as different from me as she must have been
She was very different from you.
would wade into the ocean and
But it
disappear,
was
and then
the
the
same
same thing
ocean.
would happen to me? It's a big ocean, darling.
All right. All right, you do it. I can overcome that fear of a wife disappearing in the ocean.
Harold, I'm gonna kill myself in the ocean, and there's nothing you can do about it. Bye.
Oh, Harold, why are you drowning me in the ocean?
There's 3 of us out here right now. What do you do?
You bigamist! You bigamist murderer!
So, anyways, you're single.
When are we?
What were you saying to the doctor?
So, anyways, you're single. I've asked him this before.
I am single, but I've made a vow not to get married again until I relocate far inland.
Until what?
Until I relocate far inland, away from an ocean.
Well, I happen to know where a certain Buick is hidden that would take you very far inland indeed.
Really?
Ma!
Well, we still have one. Gotta get rid of it sometime. That thing's huge.
It would be wonderful to move to a town where people's teeth aren't destroyed by rocks. Would you bring the family business along?
Well, I'd consider it.
No, I'm saying don't.
It did seem like you were suggesting that you should.
Yes.
Well, he's
Yes.
a doctor. He's very complicated.
Well,
Indeed. Sphinx-like.
I guess this is all taken care of. What an uneventful day here at the Saltwater Tuffy Shoppe.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Look out at the ocean. What's happening? Do you see what I see?
What time is it? I can't tell time. I'm afraid to look. It must be them.
It's all of the children that the sea has claimed. They're all coming back. What's going to happen now? Oh, what is going to happen now? We will find out when Spontaneanation returns!
Hi, everybody. It's me, Cher, the famous singer, fashion plate, and woman. I'm known for my outrageous outfits. Thank you, Bob Mackey, for designing me some of the most amazing couture ever seen on the entertainment stage. What am I not known for? Socks. That's until now I discovered Bombas. Bombas makes socks for men and women that are athletic leisure socks re-engineered to look better, feel better, and perform better. I like to perform on the stage. If I could turn back time. I'm Cher. Get rid of those old dingy worn out socks you're wearing. What do you think you are, a sock jerk? Get onto Bombas, because they are the most comfortable socks you'll ever wear. Made with long staple Pima cotton, which is super soft, premium cotton with natural moisture wicking properties, and it's so durable. I need my socks to last a long time because I'm walking around my mansion in Malibu. That's a lot of square footage to cover, and I could wear out some socks if I'm not careful. Not a problem thanks to Bombas. Me and my gentleman, any gentleman that stop by, because the socks are, look, I'm a woman, but the socks are also they're for men too. And if I have men over, I have a bunch of Bombas socks to hand out to them to wear. Look, my life is my business. Go straight to bombas.com/PFT and enter code PFT get 25 for 25% off 4 or more pairs for first-time customers. And guess what? There's a 100% happiness guarantee. If you don't think they're the most comfortable socks you've ever worn, Bombas will refund your entire purchase. Happiness guarantee. I wish I had that when I was married to Sonny Bono, famously. I called him Bomo because he often came up with some witty quips, like an Oscar Wilde, a little tiny Italian Oscar Wilde with a mustache. How does Bombas keep you so happy? For one, they got seamless toes, like we all do in nature. So why shouldn't our socks reflect that? Bombas got rid of those bumpy seams that are on the toes of most socks. Their ankle sock also features a blister tab to protect your heels and keep your socks in place for ultimate comfort. Your socks need to be kept in place, just like gypsies, tramps, and thieves need to be. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Now, these socks are not only great to walk in, but also for running, golf, speed walking, or performing on a battleship, whatever activity strikes your fancy. Now you can get them in solids too, black, navy, gray, and white. Now you can wear your favorite socks for any occasion, like going to a Cher concert in Las Vegas, I think. So go to bombas.com/PFT and enter code PFT get 25 to get yourself 4 or more pairs for 25% off. Again, that's bombas.com/PFT. Enter code PFT get 25. Share.
So many children walking out of the sea.
some of them can't even walk so good, and the other ones are helping them. There's some straight up toddlers.
I want to dance to Charleston.
I've made a little scarf of seaweed.
My powdered wig is soggy.
Take me home tonight. I don't want to let you go.
Why did Dr. Niedermeyer throw me into the ocean?
Ooh, that looks bad for you.
There he is, Dr. Niedermeyer.
Dr. Niedermeyer.
Why, hello, children. The stories of the comet were true. I wasn't counting on that.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
Do you still have those teeth you stole out of my mouth?
Yeah, and also we've come to render your very flesh.
Do we have to spell it out for you with crackers and toothpicks?
We're the callback kids.
There's no better callback than dead children returning after hundreds of years. Gotcha!
Now, children. It's really quite simple. There are lots of adults who despise children to the point of throwing them into the ocean.
God, I gotta tell you, you really have a way with kids.
I've been told that before. But you guys are back.
When did someone tell you that?
Doctor, my son, he's the worst. Is there anything you can do?
Yes, I can throw him into the ocean.
Oh, you have really got away with kids.
I would consider the source on that one.
All right. I've always thought Harvey Fierstein was a wonderful source for all sorts of information.
Fair.
Terrible father.
Fair.
Wonderful source. Well, look, these kids, they're just advancing on us. I think we better take shelter.
This is not that big of a deal. The locals
It's
know that.
not?
Listen, hear me out. Hear the mystic out.
Oh, you're a mystic.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mentioned that in passing.
Did you?
I did.
remember,
Yeah,
Ma.
I did.
We're all
did
mystics.
I was
Oh,
here.
you're all mystics.
Yeah.
Tuffies
Yeah,
are
the
all
Tuffies.
Family of
mystics.
Tuffy Misfits.
I do not remember this. So in addition to this saltwater tuffy business,
I
what
should
else
also
do you do?
mention that in addition to being saltwater toughies, we're also mystics.
There you happy?
He doesn't seem to be listening.
I mean, there you happy? There's a time echo.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Even
Anyway,
we
when I was-
remember that, and we were in the ocean at the time. We're the callback kids.
What was your experience like in the ocean?
Oh, good question.
Thank you. I mean, were you experiencing things or were you simply dead?
Welcome, children, to the Undersea Kingdom.
All hail Poseidon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, who did you think it was?
Oh, hi, Neptune.
Poseidon Triton is
Oh,
here.
I go more by the Greek gods.
I go by many names. Poseidon, Neptune,
don't touch
Triton. Some people call me Maurice. Boo-whip, boo-woo.
Hey, stop speaking with the pompous of love.
I've never been more sure we're not in heaven.
Children, you're welcome to stay under the waves for
You
as
gonna
long
give
as
us
you like.
donkey
What?
ears or something?
No, what?
I'll take a pair.
You want donkey?
I'll take a pair of donkey
Okay, all right,
ears.
all right. Who wants donkey ears? Hands up.
I would like a pair of gills.
All right.
I want a
So
flying
that I can
lizard.
breathe.
You what?
I want a flying lizard.
A fly? You're under the ocean? That's what you want?
Yes.
All right. I can make him fly. I can't make him breathe underwater. Is that going to be a thing? All right. Kapoof.
Ah! I did not have the reaction I was expecting to have. I thought
No one
I
ever
wanted
does.
that.
I would like to render the flesh from that fucking dentist.
Oh. All in good time, child.
Oh,
What's the matter?
you've got scales.
I know it's gross, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I try to put some of that uracil cream on there. I keep it by the sink, which is weird. It's like I live in a sink, right?
Anyway, having a good time?
Oh, where are we?
Welcome to the ocean.
So far away.
What's going on?
What I've been trying to tell you is that there is a way that we can prevent all of this from happening simply by sacrificing a non-local into the sea.
Oh, so someone who doesn't live here.
Yeah.
A summer person.
Someone who's passing through her.
Yeah.
You might
Not a
say.
townie.
No townies.
Not a
No
townie.
townies, no.
No, we're safe.
Out of townies.
Where'd you say you were from again, mister?
Bye. I don't know that I did, but I certainly didn't admit to. Yeah, I don't live here at all. I mean, I think I was mysterious about it. Didn't I say I lived here?
Well,
Doctor, you're a doctor. You seem like the right person to sacrifice this man.
oh, do I? In what way? Do you mean that I should do the killing?
Yeah,
All right.
scalpels and stuff.
Yes, that's true. I have lots of tools that would enable me to murder this man. But what does the lore say? Is there a particular way that he is ought to, you know what I'm saying? Needs to be sacrificed?
Oh, look who suddenly has qualms about killing.
No qualms about it. I just want to do it right.
Hold on, let me consult the Jersey Shore Book of Shadows.
That a boy, kid. That a boy.
Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, it's like a conch shell.
No, it's just one of those breathing books.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God, it's got horrible breath.
Don't look directly at it, but
Okay.
read from it.
I'll put it in the mirror. Okay. It says, when the children come every 212 years, someone from out of town has to be given to them. That's basically what we've been saying.
Yeah.
Just
We don't know what's gonna happen, but why not try?
give the out-of-towner to the children?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think they're here for you, Doc, so we gotta dress him up like a dentist or something. You know?
Wait a minute. How can it be both things at the same time? Either they want someone from out. Well, these children want vengeance, but your book wants the wait. The children want vengeance. But the book
Vengeance.
wants me. Yeah, okay, kids. Grown-ups are talking.
That's what I'm saying. 2 birds, 1 rock.
Now, is the idea that by sacrificing an out-of-towner, the children will go back to the ocean?
Ooh, good.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. And we buy ourselves another 212 years.
What's
Yeah.
it say in the book?
They trot back in there, you know, waving.
Put an out-of-towner into the ocean for the kids. You'll get yourself another 212 years. Yeah.
Of 212 years of what?
Not having the children render everyone's flesh limb from limb.
Now, why did you stop reading in the middle of that sentence?
Because there's a little seam in the mirror, and I had to move the thing to see it.
You try reading through a mirror seam.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not attacking him. I was just curious.
All right, listen. We've got a lot of work to do if we're going to pass you off as a dentist to these children.
What do you mean we have a lot of work to do? You're just going to make me put on your clothes?
No, you have to pass a basic medical knowledge.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Yeah, that's right.
These
kids are smart.
Absolutely.
They've had
Absolutely.
212 years to learn a lot of shit.
These
All
children
right.
are very smart.
All right, well, let's start teaching me stuff. Oh, so then I just sort of scrape around the tooth for a while.
Right, yes.
With this hook.
Yes, that's right.
And
that
what am
removes
I
the plaque.
doing?
You're removing
It's
plaque.
removing plaque,
Yes,
okay.
which builds up over time, and particularly when people don't floss.
Now, okay, kids, okay, we're it's
Let us know when you're
adult-
done.
It's Adult Swim right now, okay.
Thanks for doing this, by the way.
We only have about 40 minutes before we get to you.
Wait. Doctor, it seems like the kids know about the plan.
Like everyone's living the lie. Just don't change it. It's been working for centuries.
Don't worry, I distracted the kids by making them all lick the Buick rock.
That's my kid over there.
Some of the children know what we're up to, and word is spreading to the rest of them. That's why we've got to hurry.
All right, and so I want to put the mask over the nose and mouth.
Yes, right.
And then I instruct the patient to
Breathe normally. No, well,
breathe
just-
normally.
Yes. Oh my
Not breathe
God!
deeply?
Breathe normally. Breathe as you normally would.
Well,
Yes.
but
I'm
I
getting hints of cardamom.
getting
They're just
hints.
enjoying
It's
the
a-
rock.
It's a spice.
You know what? We know what cardamom is. He's eating a spiced rock.
It's a spiced rock.
I'm almost to dessert. Blueberry pie.
We won't have to worry about her. She's going to turn into a blueberry.
Is that in the book?
Which book?
It's in a book.
The breathing book.
Oh, no, I don't know. It's just something that happens. This rock, the blueberry pie rock, is in the experimental stages.
All right, what's next?
And that's a root canal, basically.
And so I have to tie this string pretty tightly around that doorknob.
Yes, and it has to be, it can't be the sort of door that opens in.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just any doorknob. I thought it was the doorknob does all the work.
No. I think it's got to be a door that's going to close or open away from you.
Oh. No, I think as long as it depends where the patient is in relation to the door and the string.
How we doing in here? We don't got much time. Them kids are clamoring.
Listen, we're going to skip this part. There's no chance you're going to be in a 1930s movie anyway.
All right.
I can't hold back the kids no more. They're thirsty for blood.
Well, you're just trying to distract them by walking around with those paint cans and strutting.
All right. I think you're ready. Put on this coat. And by the way, thank you so much for being such an active participant in your own slaughter.
Well, I never learned a trade, and it's something I wanted to do before I died.
Well, you've learned from the best.
You know what we should offer at least is for you to say goodbye to your family. I mean, I know you brought your
my kids! All right, I'll go out there.
Hello, Crab.
Now we've talked about this. Call me Dad.
Dad, are we gonna get to go in the ocean pretty soon?
Oh, Midge. I have a feeling you're going to get to go in the ocean for a very long time.
This whole town is stupid, Dad.
Oh.
Pidge.
Why are we even here?
Pidge.
Pidge.
I just want to sunbathe and look for boys.
Tidge.
Don't leave Tidge to babysit for us anymore. It's super weird.
Guys, you got to listen to me. Now I'm your dad, and I love you.
We love you, Dad.
Thanks, Scridge. Now look, I wish your mom could be here to see how you've all grown up.
I don't.
But she... Tidge, you're at that age where I just despise you. You're a real jerk in a dress.
Whatever.
You wish she could be here to see us do what, Dad?
To see you go into the ocean and never come out.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fine, I'll do it. That's what you want.
Yay!
Look at me. I'm going in the ocean.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, but he's doing it sarcastically.
Going in the ocean.
Well, now, Pidge, do you want to do this or not?
I want to do it.
You do want to do it.
Yeah.
Midge, what about you?
Well, I thought I wanted to, and then I looked out and I saw a bunch of really creepy kids coming back in, and I'm not so sure.
They could be your new friends for 212 years.
Oh.
Can I turn into a fish?
Scridge. Who fucking knows? Tidge.
Tell me you don't want me to do it.
Listen, ever since your mom graduated helicopter pilot school and flew away out of our lives, literally, I've wanted you to become the woman of the house. You're the little lady now, and you've got to be an example for your brothers and sisters or whatever.
Okay. I'll do it.
Will you do me proud? Do your old dad proud?
Just this one time.
Hey, what if I yanked one of your teeth out of your head?
Yes.
How'd that go?
It went pretty well. Look at this tooth.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
That's real dentistry.
I got the root part. It's like when you see on a dentist sign,
Yes.
When the tooth is happy and smiling because it's out of a human head. and it's standing on its own roots.
Oh, they hate being there in our mouths.
They hate being there.
They
Now I
despise it.
understand.
Yeah.
You know, we can actually do a fortune telling off that tooth. We're a family of mystics.
I
So
keep
if
forgetting.
you,
I keep forgetting about the mystic thing.
yeah. No, but we are for sure though.
We totally told you about that.
You're certain you told me.
Yeah.
Not only are we saltwater toughies, we're also a family of mystics.
And just in case you don't hear that, we're mystics.
Repeat it back so you retain that information.
You make saltwater toughies.
Mother.
We can't be held responsible for what you remember and what you don't. It says right there on the sign, no shoes, no shirt, no service.
No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Yeah,
The management is not responsible for what you remember and what you don't.
that's right.
It says it right there.
I thought that was curious when I came in.
Well,
I mean, I just took it for granted. Like, well, of course they're not. You know, I don't expect that to happen when I go into a store.
And yet here you are expecting it.
It really came into play.
Yeah.
so, you ready to die or?
Vengeance, vengeance.
Yeah, okay.
Vengeance.
Vengeance, 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 vengeance.
One of them did a song parody. I guess I am. I said goodbye to my kids. Got revenge on my horrible ex-wife by convincing them to drown themselves in the ocean. Wait till she hears about this.
I guess
know
you
what?
and the
Probably-
dentist aren't so different after all.
Guess what?
I said, I guess you and the dentist aren't so different after all.
Oh, that's right, because he drowned his wife.
Yeah, why don't you try to marry him, Ma?
Yeah, ma.
Hey, I wish I could, but we got other things that we got to deal with right now. Hopefully, it will end in wedding bells.
She actually did try to marry him. That I remember. A couple times she tried to marry him.
Do we have time for another flashback?
Yeah, why not?
So, if you want this discount, all you have to do is stand next to this man in black and tell him, I do.
Are you
For
tricking
the
me into
discount.
marrying? Are you trying to trick me into marrying you?
Is that what you think? Say I do.
I do think that. No. I said I do think that. I do think that.
Is that not binding?
You're going to die in the ocean if you do this.
Wait, so they did get married already?
Wait a minute. Who's our pa?
What? You're bastards. Doesn't that mean I was a virgin?
Somebody has to be a pie, man.
Yeah, from what I know, if we're of woman born, we also have to be of man born.
Don't hold it from us anymore, ma.
Please, Ma, you're killing us, Ma.
How can I keep the truth from those two faces? How can I keep the truth from those two beautiful bastards?
Well, you've been doing it all this time. It's not that hard.
They never begged like this. Not like this.
Please, ma, come back.
Ma, I'm dying here, Ma.
Your father may or may not be Dr. Niedermeyer.
Dr. Niedermeyer, no, I can't handle it.
Well, she said may or may not. We're no closer to the
I just
truth.
heard may. I heard may. Oh, God.
I sort of took it like she was intimating that he absolutely was the father.
What?
Oh, I'm going to put a saltwater tuffy in my mouth.
No.
Oh, God.
Stan, wait up.
Oh, God.
Your reaction is hurting my feelings.
Oh, now it's time for a medium. Oh. Oh, God.
So that went well.
Well,
I think it went terribly.
this is kind of uncomfortable for me now. I feel like this is just a family thing that I'm in the middle of. So
Well, why don't you go toss yourself into the ocean and you'll be out of the way?
I will. I'm gonna put on my lab coat and walk out there.
Thank you. You know you're going to be torn limb from limb by children who've been lost at sea for 212 years. That's how you're going to go out.
And none of your hours of medical training can save you.
You know that old rag?
Well, you know what they say. Anytime you leave your house, you're in danger of being torn limb from limb by a bunch of little children who have been under the sea for 212 years.
Ain't that the
Guess
truth?
it's time to put that saying to the test.
I guess so.
Here I go, weird family. I don't understand any of you, why you do the things that you do, or how you're still alive.
Yeah, pretty adorable, huh?
Under the sea.
Tear him limb from limb.
I got a wing.
It's beautiful watching nature in action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at you two. Ma, Pa, Stan. We're finally a family.
Yes. I think we need to get away from the ocean.
I think that's a very good idea. Who wants to sharpen their teeth and get into that Buick?
You just about done with that rock, Stan?
Yeah. Oh, I just unearthed the steering wheel.
Oh, look, it's a Skylark.
Particularly nice Buick.
Surprise, boys! Happy birthday!
What? It's our birthday?
Ah, you shouldn't have.
Oh, Ma!
And it all happened at a Saltwater Tuffy Shoppe.
This was all your fault.
Andy Daly,
Yes.
where can people find you online?
Oh, TV's Andy Daly is my Twitter handle, and that'll do.
That'll do just fine.
I think so, sure.
And congratulations, it's December 7th as people are hearing this in the future.
What?
I know, it's going out live right
Oh.
now, but the live thing doesn't work. So, so for the purposes of the podcast,
Oh, yes.
it's December 7th.
Oh,
So
Pearl
Review,
Harbor Day.
congratulations on a spectacular season of Review.
Thank you. Yes, they've all 10 episodes have aired by now.
That's right. If you're not familiar with the show, you should get familiar with it. It is a brilliant program, and this season, I think, you've absolutely outdone yourself, and it's a really amazing television show.
Thank you so much.
And you should be very proud of it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am. I appreciate that.
Greg Cackowski. Where can people find you online?
At Cackowski on Twitter, C Cackowski on Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what do you got coming up, my friend?
Oh, in the month of December.
Oh, yeah. Take us there.
I will be in Savannah, Georgia. No, actually, Portland, Oregon.
The Savannah, Georgia of the Pacific Northwest.
Playing Ebenezer Scrooge. Really?
That's right. Yeah,
And
he's really going to be doing
In
it.
a show called Twist Your Dickens.
Oh, shit.
Kind of an irreverent take on the Charles Dickens classic.
There you go. Matt?
Kind of a lampoon.
If you will.
Yes.
Good? All right. Matt Gourley, where can people find you online?
Just at Matt Gourley on the places, Instagram and Twitter.
What do you got coming up? December 7th? What's going on, man?
Well, I'll be trimming the tree, putting on some tinsel and setting up the old Lionel choo-choo to go around the Douglas fir so as we can have a Yuletide time.
With lowered glasses for extra emphasis. Janet Varney! How can people find you online?
Janet Varney.
Just Janet Varney. Put
Just
Janet
Janet
Varney
Varney.
into the internet.
Yeah,
See what happens.
Some will come up.
JV Club Podcast.
Yeah, and I would say if it's December,
It is.
People need to get to SF Sketchfest the following month
That's right, guys.
and
SF
possibly
Sketchfest.
see all or none of the people that are on the stage right now.
That Sketchfest, it ain't nothing but a good time.
Right? The dates this year are January 7th through 24th, 2016. It marks our 15th anniversary.
Wow. Happy anniversary indeed.
My children love all of my Sketchfest t-shirts, by the way. I just thought I'd mention that.
Thank you, Andy.
The ones that went into the ocean.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eban Schletter. You can find him at ebanschletter.com. He is Eban Schletter on Twitter, and you should go to Eban Schletter's website and you should buy his albums because Eban Schletter is only the best. Thank you to LA Podfest for hosting the show. Thank you so much. Graham Elwood, Chris Mancini, Dave Anthony, and Andy Wood. Thanks so much, you guys. Thank you to Brendan for engineering the show. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. Goodbye forever. Until next week, this is Paul F. Tompkins saying, Semper in Praesente!
Very treacherous. Very treacherous.
Again, thanks to Bombas for sponsoring this episode. Stop embarrassing yourself by holding on to those old, worn-out socks. Bombas are athletic leisure socks re-engineered to look better, feel better, and perform better. They are the most comfortable socks you'll ever wear. Bombas socks are made with long staple Pima cotton, which is a super soft premium cotton with natural moisture wicking properties and so durable. Their ankle sock also features a blister tab to protect your heels and keep your socks in place for ultimate comfort. And these socks are not only great to walk in, but also for running, golf, speed walking, lounging on the couch, whatever activity strikes your fancy. Go to bombas.com/PFT and enter code PFTGET25 for 20% off any size order for first-time customers.
Hi, Earwolf listeners. I'm your cuckoo, Kulop Elisak.
And I'm your wee-wee, H. Michael Cray.
We host Who Charted. It's a show where we talk about what's on the new music, movies, and TV charts.
Then we interview a special guest and use charts to learn about their lives.
And it sounds like this.
It's based on the whale that inspired Moby Dick.
Ooh.
It was like a real whale called Mocha Dick.
Yes, it wasn't called Mocha Dick.
It was called Mocha Dick. It was named after like a Mocha Island in the South Pacific or something.
Oh, and not a coffee drink?
No. Yeah. It was Frappuccino Dick.
Listen to Who Charted today on earwolf.com.
Or your favorite podcast app.
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive producers Scott Ackerman, Adam Sachs, Chris Bannon, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more media and content, go to earwolf.com.
How are we doing on time? It would have helped if I looked at my watch before the show started. Then I would have some semblance of time. How much time do we have left? Do we know? Does anyone know? Just what? No, why you fooled me? 45 minutes we've been going? 40 minutes we've been going. We have 40 minutes. What? 40 minutes left? That can't be right. It's what? Till 10:30? Guys, we really got to stretch. That's impossible. What time did we start, though? We started at 9? No, that's right. 9. Does anybody fucking work here? Jesus. What?
Yeah, this does not seem like the best system.
You really got to look at the clock first to know where you're starting in time. And then towards the end, you'll say, oh, I know how much time.
Well, there was a person who told us you have 2 minutes to start, and then we did start 2 minutes later, so that person would have some idea.
Yeah, I think she quit. It's just us in the audience now. And they're all full of joke answers.
You started at 9:05 p.m.
Thank you, Graham Elwood. Hey, great job on that opening video. Real high energy. Got people pumped for the show.
Thank you, Paul F. Tompkins.
We started at 9:05. It is now 10 of 10. So we don't have any 40 minutes left. You liar.
If you want to go till 10:30, you can.
We do not want to go till 10:30.
Thank you, Paul F. Tompkins.
Graham Elwood, everybody.
You know, dating is weird.
This is unexpected.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Doing a tight 5. Dating is weird. All right. Now, hopefully, no one remembers what has happened already. Evan, are you ready? Here we go. Oh, and then